this episode, we find infinite fathoms of freshwater in Jiangsu Province, the colossal Lake Tai and its surrounds. Historical hamlets, scintillating sunsets, grandiose gardens, and a crab craze. This is the first of a two-part series in delightful Dongshan. Exploring the sleepy lakeside hamlet of Luxiang is like rewinding through the dynasties, retracing the steps of ancient scholars. You can find memorial archways all throughout China, but it's less common to see ones that have been built to celebrate the academic achievements of the people. So this one behind me is one of 3 in this village that celebrates one guy who managed to achieve the 3rd highest rank in the imperial exam. And it's something that the villagers here are still proud of today. The Jiangnan region was, at one time, the most intellectually, culturally and commercially prosperous area in China. Centuries on, tourists come to experience the vestiges of its glorious past, and though it may not be as sweet as it once was, it still lingers. And it looks like trade is still flourishing.
这个是什么？枇杷蜜，枇杷蜜啊，这里的特产秋天开花，5月份吃果的，明年5月份吃果啊。我试一下吧。变多人买给了。你这东西是这，你看这西瓜好的。
Really sweet. Yum, I think I'm gonna get myself some. I know it's syrupy and scrumptious and comes from bees and honeycombs, but I've never seen it pre-packaged. Oh, so the shiny part is the honey. Uh-huh.
我们放在这个里面离心力把它摇出来的。
是这样。哦，是这样搅出来的。
跟洗衣机脱水的原理是一样的，离心力嘛。
So that's a centrifuge, and that's how they extract the honey from the honeycomb. That's so interesting.
那摇过的这边就空掉了呢，这边没摇的那里边空掉。
Whoa.
那这个倒出来锅就用这个。这么多啊？这就是锅吗
Look at that. Super fresh. Made on the spot. 一瓶50块。啊，最便宜是多少钱？
一瓶50块。这个一瓶多少不两？50块，2斤2两。
是吧？ Even though Luxiang is tourist friendly, it still feels perfectly natural. Really, it hasn't been gentrified at all. It's raw, time-worn, but very alive. The pedestrian passageways whisper tales of antiquity, and the locals seem to be doing what they've done for centuries. Well, minus watching stuff on their smartphones. Here, I find a deep-rooted dignity that still resonates in the alleys, stores, and residences everywhere I turn. Many rich and influential families used to live here in Luxiang, and some of their places are still standing today. There are 5 in this village which are open to visitors, including this one. This one used to be the home of Wang Ao, who was a minister in the Ming dynasty. Those in the upper crust of Jiangnan society were very well-to-do, but also extremely well-educated. There existed an elite community of literati, officials, and the like. Many with the means would indulge in arts and architecture, leaving mansions like this behind. It's enormous. There are more rooms than I can count on my fingers and toes, the perfect setting for hide and seek in the shadows, though it's much more than child's play. Generations of stories echo in the walls. Yes, it's a little dim and dank inside, and there's a distinct autumn chill in the air, but I can definitely imagine how magnificent, how lively this house would have been in its prime, beating and breathing. And after an hour taking in all the decorative details blemished only by time, I leave the minister's mansion behind. Much of Luxiang village is left in its original state, giving it a really authentic feel. In fact, since the 1930s, a lot of famous Chinese movies were actually filmed here. I guess it does feel like I'm walking around in a movie set. To me, it's amazing that people still inhabit these sorts of places, so old and overgrown, yet looking like paintings of paradise. There's so much charm and character in this village, so much chemistry between the living and non-living. As I walk, I find myself wondering if the locals see it that way too, or is it just somewhere for them to live and call home? Before long, I'm committing another Travelogue trespass, as usual.
你好，
你好，你好。
您是在这里住的？
是我这里住的。
哦，原来这里还有人住的。我可以进来看。
可以可以，这个门也是少见的，主要看这个砖雕。
Mr. Ma straight away adopts the role of guide, making me feel like a cordially invited guest. He tells me that the intricate brick carvings above his entrance depict the romance of the Three Kingdoms, one of the four great Chinese classics.
这个门我看的是朝里的是吗？
我们苏式门楼呢，朝内的，自己看的。徽派门楼呢，它朝外的，给人家看的，他喜欢瞻仰。我们苏州人呢，喜欢内涵的，自己看。
That's so interesting because I did notice from outside it was really simple, but then once you walk inside, the doors really, it's this humble extravagance. There's so many sculptures and beautiful details inside. 爷爷，我可以进去看你的房子吗？有点暗。哇，我看的那个屋顶有一点不一样。
屋顶呢，跟人家不一样的。
好像有浪这样的顶。
这个屋顶呢叫轩，你苏式园林呢一般是一格或者两格，我们是满堂的，这个叫满堂轩。这里呢以前呢叫齐乐仙馆，下棋弹琴的地方，琴声。 可以好一点。
Oh, cool. How cool is that? The design of the roof is to make the acoustics of this room better. That's pretty awesome. 那您住了这里多少年了
30几年。
有30几年了。哦，舒服吗？这
舒服。你们住不贵的，我们老了嘛，住很好，冬暖夏凉的。
哦。Maybe I should give living in one of these buildings a go. It's cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Sounds pretty good to me.
Coming up next, crabs, crabs, and more crabs. Autumn on Lake Tai puts the spotlight on these hairy clawed crustaceans. Discover how they're farmed and, of course, how they're eaten. Many families on and around Lake Tai depend on the harvesting and trade of aquatic products as their main source of income. Tourists can hop into a boat and see firsthand what the crab-related fuss this season is all about. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Woo! Finally, it's crab time! We're going to a crab farm on Tai Hu, and also this is where the farmers actually live. So it'll be great to get to see how they spend their days harvesting their crabs and also living on the lake.
It's a bitterly cold autumn day, especially out here on the water. But I'm quickly distracted by the floating homes and the prospect of learning all about the famous hairy crab, or what the Chinese people call 大闸蟹.
Time for some crabaliciousness. Woo! I'm going to follow these crab farmers or fishermen onto the little boat, and they're going to show me how they catch their crabs. Whoa! Yeah. 就是站这里可以了。可以。Whoa! I feel like I could fall in the water anytime. 这水有多深呢？1.5米到2米。1.5米。啊。 That's not too bad.
Still, I don't fancy the idea of going overboard into a crab farm, so I try not to rock the boat. Hairy crabs are native to the coastal estuaries of East Asia and are Lake Thai's most profitable product. The vast majority of aquaculture here is devoted to them.
Wow. 它们自己会爬进去的吗？
自己会爬进去的。到秋天成熟了，它自己就会爬了。
In autumn, what the fishermen do is that they put these nets into the water at night, and during the night, these crabs, when they're matured, they'll crawl into these nets by themselves. So the fishermen come back in the morning and then pull out these nets, and hopefully this one will be full of crabs. There you go! Check that out! 这网可以装多少？
可以装1-2美金了。
100-200斤了。
嗯，100多斤。
That's a lot of crabs. Whoa! It's crab o'clock. 这有大有小的都有。
大的有7两多的。
Interestingly, hairy crabs are classified as an invasive species in Europe and North America. But here in southeastern China, these critters are a delicacy.
这是公的这个。公的拿。
给我拿。是什么拿的 ？Oh my gosh! I'm totally gonna get pincered by this thing. 这个就是公的。
这公的。
是怎么分得出来？就是这个。
就是大爪子也看得出来。
哦，越大的就是公的。
这个爪子大，这下面也不一样。
I kind of remember from primary school learning that the male crab on the carapace, it's got a pointed thing here, and on the female one it's different. So 可以看一下那个母的吗？
可以。
看。
这个母的。
OK。
这个可以，这个2个一起拿。
2个一起拿。这个就是母的。Yeah, see, there you go. Check it out. Look how hairy these pincers are. You know, these crabs are also called Chinese mitten crabs because it looks like they're wearing gloves. 你们一天可以捕多少？
一天不一定要起标多少捕多少。要一天要起标多的话，3000-5000斤都可以捕到的。
I find the entire operation fascinating. There are even private dining rooms on stilts where patrons can gorge themselves silly on dishes featuring freshly caught and cooked crab. The Dajia industry contributes significantly to the local economy and is also the livelihood and life of the locals.
This is how they bind the crab. I'm really curious to see how they do it because, I mean, you see it like this often in the restaurants and it's already done, but I never get to see how they do it. But it looks like it actually takes quite a bit of skill. 我可以看一下吗？你绑的时候？
可以。
就可以这样拿了。
不要了。
I'm not gonna get my hands pincered off anymore. 我可以随绑一下吗？
可以。拿一个小一点的。
小一点的。OK。
这样，先拿着小体，拿着，就这样。
这个拿着。
这拿着。
Squeeze it together.
这个手这。
Oh my god.
一个手拿。
一个手。Hold it tight. It's coming out. 可以，这样可以吗？一个手拿着。Okay. And then.
这个例子。
Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
这样子，先这样，再这样。
压下去。
压下去。后来呢就是这样。就这样。
Oh, it's so difficult. Yay! One hole. 又再来一次。
再来一次。
你没有被咬过吗？这个？
咬过的。
啊？
有咬过的。
会痛吗？
肉就掉了，嘎掉了。在这里。
啊，这个。
对呀。
哦。
还加紧，我就是咬着牙齿，硬着牙齿扎下去，后来就是一块肉掉了。
Oh my god! A whole chunk of meat went missing from a hand.
这里有小的有的。
哦。啊，太辛苦了。Well, I'm glad I'm not in this crab business. 10个。Well, we've caught some crabs and tied them up, and now I've bought a whole bag of them, which I'm going to take back and get someone who's an expert to teach us how to eat crab the most authentic way. Crabtastic!
And where better to go than Dongting, the oldest and most traditional restaurant in all of Dongshan? My precious possessions are placed in the steamer, and my ginger and vinegar sauce handcrafted to complement the crabs. 20 minutes later, out they come. Steaming is the most popular way of cooking the hairy crab because that helps retain the original flavour.
So here we have Mr. Zheng. He's a top chef, but also he's a crab expert. And what he's going to do today is to show me how to eat crab the proper way with all the utensils. And he's going to show me, yeah, the refined way of eating crab. 好，我们可以开始了。
好。
Whoa.
蟹八戒。
Okay, so I wasn't expecting him to open a treasure chest containing 8 silver implements. 8! And they all serve different functions. I mean, would you have ever imagined this? Crab eating really is an art, and I can't wait to get my hands dirty.
这个。
啊，对。
好。
放这里，放那个盘子里面，然后先把它先敲一敲。
哈。
先敲一敲，敲敲松。
会裂吗？
不会。
哦。要大力的吗？不要太大力。
稍微把它拍松一点。
Loosen it up.
然后开始剪。
So I think this is using the third instrument now.
剪。
Oh, it's cutting off the legs. I feel like I'm carrying out some, performing some crazy operation.
然后这样。
So you poke the instrument through the legs to get all the meat out from inside. It's very dainty work, very delicate.
把它压松。
So this is the crushing instrument. 是压松这个。压松了。
吃蟹不能着急，要有耐心。
好，要有耐心。Yes, that's right. Requires a lot of patience. You know, give me a slab of steak any day, some lasagna, something that doesn't require too much effort. But, oh, you know, even chicken to me is a little bit fiddly. This is like, wow, struggle street. 这个是拿来挖的。
对。
The scooping instrument. Scooply dooply dooply.
把这个先去掉。然后再伸进去，把壳再剥出来。
Oh wow.
这都是黄。
Look at that. I think that is the creamy golden crab roe that's really prized and makes this Taihu crab a specialty.
可以。不要用手。
不要用手。
然后要找把它压掉，靠着盘子靠下面，把它下掉。
Wow, look at that roe. My gosh. Oh wow. Oh, it's so gloopy and gluggy and weird orangey colored.
把这黑的慢慢把它刮掉。
哦，那个黑的不能吃的。哦 ，OK. There's definitely a lot of patience involved. I think I could be a surgeon, a crab surgeon, after this.
好了是吧？然后我们洗手。
好 Yeah, definitely need to wash my hands. Look at this. It really is like I've done an operation, isn't it? 这个花是什么？
菊花。
菊花啊
对，去腥。
Yeah, I thought so.
下来我们可以吃丰盛的大餐了。
Ah, yay! It's almost the eating part. Ginger and vinegar. Oh, smells amazing. 就是这样放下去就可以了。
对，然后拌匀吃吧。
Yum, 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 yum. Crabulous.
味道怎么样？
很好吃。That's really good.
啊，现在我们蟹吃完了，把蟹组装起来，看看谁摆的好一点。好吧，行，开始。
You should have told me this beforehand. It's like a puzzle. 我真的可以吗？
可以，可以。
Okay, okay. Is it a race? It's a race. This is so much harder than I expected. Where is... Okay, so I found the pincers. Oh my gosh. Wow, 你已经摆好了。I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Check it out. Check it out. Yay! I'm done. Yay, check it out. My crab's got about 14 legs, but hey, still looks like a crab, doesn't it?
So, that was just part 1. Our autumn adventure in Dongshan will continue on Lake Tai. Don't worry, I promise I'll abstain, crabstain, from my crab puns. But there's no way I'll abstain from food. There's a whole heap of eating to do, and much more next time on Travelogue. Stay tuned!